What up, what up? File in. We'll get to these films real quick. Did anybody ask questions? Nobody asked questions. So that's good. We'll get through this film. If you guys got other questions or other things you want me to watch, what's up, Oliver? If you guys have other, like, we can spend this time. I assume we'll spend the rest of the time watching coverages. Yo, bro, don't get me fucking started with these fucking wall sits, wall squats, whatever the fuck they were saying, bro. Some of these fucking guys, man. I'm sitting there fucking breaking down Ohio State coverage from 2014, and they're talking about fucking doing step-ups on their stairs. I almost ended the whole thing. Anyway, that wall squat shit was funny. I did keep saying that. So I got film from Berto, Flo, Eddie, and Emmanuel. If you guys have film, email it to me now. I'm not checking my DMs because obviously I can't. So email it to me. And let's get going. So I'm going to start with Emmanuel because he sent this film in first. Yo, you on, Emmanuel? I didn't see if Uno Turbo joined the chat. If he's not on, I'll go to Eddie. No, he don't look like he's on. All right, never mind. I'm going to Eddie first. All right. But anyway, my plan is to fill out the hour. We'll probably just watch coverages after. Bro, everything's been so crazy. I have limited footage. I wish I had more for you guys. I still got to put some stuff together. All right. All right, Eddie. You gotta, so first of all, you're too high. So you're like hopping, right? Like this foot's barely even crossing. Like you'd never want to be that. You never want to be hopping. Okay, you need to slam these feet into the ground. So like that first step's got to get in front of you. Your first step's not even on the ground yet when you bring that second step forward. You got to be way more violent. Yeah, this is not it. Let me show you how it should look. So again, Eddie, here's how it should look, okay? You should be slamming these feet into the ground. Slamming every step into the ground. You see how he's gaining ground? See how that step's in the ground before that step leaves? He's stepping in front of himself. He could be better at this too, Juwann. Okay, but he's got 3 violent steps in the ground. Okay, before he's running out. Like 1, 2, 3 violent steps in the ground. Okay, this is not that. You're just kind of hopping timidly, and you're not opening your hips. Like you just gotta slam these feet into the ground. Like you're not trying to power out of this, trying to be way too fast. See how your head's going one way, your body's going one way, your head's going the other. You really got to slam. Like it starts with that trigger step, but you're not trigger stepping at all. It's called a trigger step for a reason, right? This is a trigger step. Like let me know if your rep looks anything like this rep. That's a trigger step. Right? That's a trigger step. So 3 violent steps in front of you, snap 1, 2, and come bursting out. All right? Hopefully this makes sense to you. Just for everyone to watch for this false accelerate. Snap 1, 2. Get all my cleats in the ground. I'm maximizing every step. I have to use every step to stop myself. Like he's running 14 yards, full speed. You got to use every step to stop yourself. All right. Anyway. Yeah, same shit. All right, moving on from that. Sorry, I didn't even download the film for you all this time. So like same shit. You just gotta throw your body forward. You gotta throw your body forward. You're sitting down too much. Like you gotta throw your chest over your toes. Throw your body forward. Like you're on your toes. Like this, a lot of the cardinal sins that we've talked about, you're doing right here. There's no trigger step. You're on your toes. Everything's real soft and timid. Like, you got to slam those feet in the ground. You got to slam these feet in the ground, get off your toes, and get running. I assume this is the same. So, yeah, you got to get a lot better at that and then send it back, and we'll be able to help you more. Just keep getting the progress at it. All right, here we go. Here's the pressure step progression. All right, so watch the tempo here. Here's the pressure step progression. So see how slow and small your steps are, and then all of a sudden you start running full speed? We can't have that. Everything's got to be the same. So when you're running at this stop step, when you're running here to stop, you got to run full speed and stop full speed. Run full speed and stop full speed. You're like standing straight up, taking these tiny steps, and then now you're running into it and nothing's matching up. All right? You need these steps to match. So you're here and your step is right there in front of you. You just need to open your stride more. But now this step is all the way out here. Right? You see the difference there, Eddie? How that step is all the way extended and this step is not? You want these to match. Okay? The best of these drills, they all match. We'll watch for the 100th time. Oh, here's my boy Classy. Classy's pretty good at it. He's falling forward, okay? But if you watch where his feet land, I don't like that he's falling forward, but watch his feet are landing right underneath him, and then they're right underneath him. And everything's violent. His stride is open all the time. I'd rather you fall forward because you're pushing yourself so much to open your stride. Look, his stride's open. Everything's the same. Stride's open, same stride length. You got to run this shit full speed. Like, guys, when we're doing these drills, right? When we're doing these drills, you can't learn how to ride a bike with training wheels on. Like, you'll never learn how to ride a bike, right? It's like you just need to throw yourself down the fucking hill and fall over and over until you stop falling over. So, like, just take the training wheels off of these drills, right? Just fucking go full speed and be willing to fall over yourself. Like, we got to commit to this shit a little bit more. All right, Eddie, last one for you. Yeah, same stuff. You just got to get better at this. Commit to it. I know you got the surgery. Just commit to this shit. And you got to throw your body into it more. This side actually looks a little bit better. You're getting those feet in the ground a little bit more. But commit to it more. Snap 1, 2. See how there's no, it's basically the same shit. There's no, 3 steps here. You're just kind of there's no rhythm to it. You're just kind of no. Like, it's got to be 3 violent steps. I think you see it. So we're good there. Let me know, Eddie. DM me if you got more questions. All right, Flo, you just joined. We can watch these. Just get lower. It's not bad, bro. Don't worry about catching the ball at the end. Just worry about being shifty. Like, you're just doing too much with your head. Like, see how your hips aren't really... Oh, my fault. See how your hips aren't really going anywhere? Like, you're shooting your head. That's not it. This is a hip shift drill, not a head snap drill. Right? So, like, we want to create hip shifts back and forth. Like, you're kind of doing it, but, not really. You're focused too much on your head. Right? I need your hips to create back and forth movements. Your hips to create back and forth movements. All right, let me find real quick. Let's watch this one. Right? So, again, watch the hips here. Watch his hips creating back and forth movement. This is the movement we're trying to create with Tay. It's his hips, not his head staying in the same space. Right? And that's just adding some head. Look at his hips are going back and forth. His hips are going back and forth. Right? That's what gets it, his hips. He's not looking at your head. He should be looking at his hips. Like, Tay's head stays right in the same place. Pretty much. Good. All right, everyone see that? Yeah, so, again, you're a little too much with your head flow, and you're in a rush. You're in this rush, get to the camera. Just focus on your reps. I can tell it's by your body language. You're not really committing to it. You're not really sure of yourself. That cone's got to be crossed over. You're not really, you're not really selling it, bro. You're not getting low enough. You're not, fucking committing to this. You're just kind of, bouncing through it. Really fucking sell it. Get lower and really stick it, right? Really fucking stick it. Again, he's not in a rush. He's fucking executing that first hip shift and making sure that shit is fucking good and violent, and then he's moving on. right? Like this is kind of what we're talking about, right? Watch how he's not rushing. He's like watch his hips, watch their hips. Watch their hips go back and forth. Hips, that's what moves. Your hips back and forth. Your hips back and forth. Even that one that's faster. Even that one by Diggs. Hips back and forth. So that's the key you're trying to create. You're trying to create these hips back and forth. All right? You got one more, Flo? That was it, though. I think all you sent was the... Yeah, same stuff. All right. Is Emmanuel on yet, or just Berto's on? While we're on here, there's only 9 of you guys on here, but if you're a all access member who sent me film, make sure you guys download WhatsApp. If you're one of the $15 members, download WhatsApp, and we're moving our group chat to WhatsApp very soon. So be ready for that. All right, Berto, here's your stuff. Same thing. You got the training wheels on here. Like, I can just tell. Like again, guys, like, where can I find this? It was on Eddie. It was on, like, all of this is too slow. All of it's too slow. All of it's too timid. From this, it's too slow. When do you ever play football like this? You never play football like this, ever. Play football. Like, you guys get it? Like, these are football drills. Let's not fucking get confused. Like, I don't care how new they are. I don't care how, like, fucking, whether I'm blowing your mind with the science of it or you've never heard anybody coach you this way. Like, these are football drills before anything else. They're not dancing drills. They're not fucking prancing in the park drills. Like, these are fucking football drills. So play football. Right? Like, all this, I've seen you cut. I've seen you run a lot now at this point. You're way more athletic than this. You're a better player than this. You have the training wheels on. You're trying to, like, make it perfect. Play fucking football. Your goal is to fucking run a post route. You're simulating a post route, right? So, like, the post route is fucking full speed, violent cuts, no wasted movement, like all this shit. So, like, emulate that shit. Like, stick this. Like, your fucking life depends on it, and you're running a fucking post route to win the Super Bowl. Not like you got fucking coronavirus. Hold. So, again, you're reaching a little bit for this, right? See how, like, you're hopping for it? That's not it. You got to snap it down right underneath you. There's no hop. You need to simulate running a post or a slant. You would never post, you would never hop on a post or a slant, right? So don't hop when you're holding it, right? Just think about this logically, guys. I came up with this drill, just so you guys know, I came up with this drill myself, just thinking about common sense to myself. And then this came to me and I said, let's try this, and it worked. So, like, just use common sense. I want to get better at running slants and posts. That's what this is for. Would I ever hop on a slant or a post? No? Then don't ever hop in this drill. Okay, and Berto, I'm using you as an example, but hopefully everybody's listening here. Okay, now look what you do here. See how you're reaching a little too far outside your framework? Well, you're conditioning yourself to do that. You're reaching too far outside your framework. Why wouldn't you do it here? You just told your body that's what you're supposed to do. Right? So it's not as bad here, but just stick it. Just stick it and get it right underneath you and just fucking commit to this shit. Commit to it. Get out. Get out. Like, the transitions are pretty smooth. You're just running them half speed and you're being a little bit robotic. Ooh, see, like, So here's what I'll tell you. I would eliminate most of the hand combat from this drill, because I wouldn't really suggest using this for release with hand, like, if it's a guy who's going to give you hands. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could slide him here and then he gives his hands, but, like, I don't know, not there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be realistic about the plan. Like, to me, it would be more like he's leaning this side and you'd give him one shed. Like, you'd give him one, I don't know, I'm getting off topic here, but let me, like, to me, it'd be something more like this, right? Like get to the outside and then you just give him this one shed like that. Like, once you kind of beat him. I mean, obviously you're crossing his face there, so I'm trying to, like, see where else, but I don't really see a situation where you'd be pairing up that hand combat with that release. We can watch some hezzies right quick. So, like, this one's always fun to watch, right? Like, to me, this is the situation that you're talking about. Like, it's a hezzy, give him that hip shift, and then, like, you know, like, maybe if he gets this fucking one hand on you, you're going to shut it off right there, but he's never going to, like, if you do this shit well and move him, he's not going to be in a position to give you a two-hand jam or anything like that. So just be smart about, like, just be smart about like what you're, what hand combat you're pairing up with all this stuff. Right? Like, watch when I shoot my hands. Once he clears, then you might use a shed right there. But like, I'm reading you, I'm reacting to you. But watch Juwann, like what he does a great job of is the attacking angle. See how he slides me out there? You can assess my reaction. All right, I'm playing patient, then I'm just going to give it a hip shift and stay back out. But if I did cut him off, then he'd go back inside. Right? But like, and here's Mo, right? Again, like, hezzy, speed, and then he just cuts you off, and now you can snap it back inside. Anyway, so back to this. So like, I like what you're doing. You're getting a little wide on some of it, but just like be aware of your hands. Like, I think just let your hands match your feet and worry more about winning with your feet. I don't think hands are a big part of that there. Like, same shit. Don't focus on your hands. Focus on your feet. The hands will just come naturally. You don't need to worry about your hands here. Just worry about making this great. This is pretty fucking good, bro. You're just a little wide. Think of it more like basketball, right? Like, just be a little bit more within yourself. A little bit more, it's hard to criticize. It's pretty good. I feel like you're pushing yourself into it just a little bit too much. It's a good tight break right there. Drop 1, 2, 3. That's good. And just so you guys know, we've talked about the difference between the tight break and the false accelerate, right? Whenever you're using all this shit, the hip shift, the peak technique, you can always use the tight break. Like, tight break is a lot easier than the false accelerate, and it'll get you out just as good. So if you're using all this other stuff to get open, then use the tight break. I like that. It's a good rep. It's pretty good, bro. It's pretty good. I don't have much to say here. It's hard to see your depth, so just make sure you're opening your stride, you're selling vertical, but your pad level is good, your eyes look good. This is a smooth pressure, like, speed cut. So here's my point, Berto. I've seen you fucking speed cut, full speed, athletically, violently, explosively. You need to do this on the pressure step progression, otherwise you're just wasting your time when you're doing it. Why aren't you committing to the pressure step progression with the same force? You obviously are physically capable to get the most out of the drill. Then you gotta add that in right here as well. Or you gotta add it to the drill as well, the same way you do it on the actual route. I like that. Good little hips there. That's a good drill for you because you don't get too wide on it. So here's one thing I kind of noticed on the last one. You're not getting this drive foot in front of you enough. Okay? So like, you gotta be a little more violent with this break step, and I need that drive step to be in front of me more, and you're showing your eyes too early. You gotta drive through this first before you show your eyes. Like, really fucking run. Don't lose any speed. Run. I feel like you're reaching for this a little bit. Don't lose any speed. Just fucking run. Run, and accelerate all the way through it. Run, and accelerate. All right? You're just reaching and doing a little bit. So let me show you a quick example. We've seen that one a million times. You've seen the Vincent Jackson one. You know what I'm talking about. Marco, I'll get to you in a second. All right, so here's a good one for Eddie to watch, right? So get the lean going too. I like this part of it, right? See how he's leaning into it? That forces you to trust that trigger step. Okay? Trust that trigger step. You gotta get this break step, the third break step, out in front of you more. See how it's right underneath you? Like, almost like it's not big enough. You're trying to get out of it too soon, Berto. You're not worried about maximizing that third step. You're trying to get out on your second step, and the third step's just like an afterthought. This third step needs to land like up here. All right? It needs to land up here. So just keep stepping through that shit. All right, that's it for Berto. Let me, who else is left? We got Japa and we got Emmanuel. Okay, let me, Anyway, Marco, I don't really remember. I don't really remember what you're talking about with the digs rep. I did that one a while ago. I just posted that shit today. But so, damn, I don't have this shit anywhere. It's kind of like this release right here, to be honest. So the speed release, the best speed release that I've always been taught, right? So here's the thing with the speed release. This is like this LSU rep. Okay? When you go and you speed out here, you need to get wide enough so that he can't touch you. Okay? So as you go on a speed release, the biggest mistake guys make is they try and speed and they try and shave his shoulder. And then like you don't give him any move of the lines, or he just shuffles and he fucks you up. But if you go wide, right? If I go wide here and just run with speed, well then if he can't touch me, what's he going to do? He's just going to turn and run with me like this. And the best he's going to be able to do is get his hand on you, shut it off, and now it's over. Now you got separation. Okay, so when you're talking about a speed release, the key is what I call getting to lane one. All right, here's lane one, getting all the way wide and then snapping it friendly on the bottom of the numbers, or snapping it vertical on the bottom of the numbers and stacking them. But you notice how he's not trying to he's not worried about width. He's just worried about running away from this guy. You got to run away from him. Run away from him. Speed release, and then you can get vertical back to lane one, get his hands off. I don't have. Here's Leonte, but fuck me. What is this? Anyway, I lost a clip that I want to show you guys. So watch, here's Leonte. He's a really good example. Right? Watch him, see how he's going wide, and he's running away from him. The best he can do is get the hand, and we just shed. The best he can do is get this hand, and I shed, and now he's all off balance. Right? Now look, now he's in chase mode. We give him a stutter. He leans back. It's all over. But these speed releases, you can't be too worried about width. It's got to be more about just speed, okay? So that's my answer for the speed release. Does that help you? I don't remember what the Stefon Diggs one was, but he does be fucking up a lot, this fucking guy. Even though I think the world of him. Here's another good one. Last one I'll watch with the speed release. I'm a big believer in the speed release. You guys seen the one I talk about the pairing releases together shit? Where's that one? Hold on one sec. All right, but let's talk about this last speed release, and I'll show you guys. So again, right, so back to your question, Marco. The way I teach a speed release is this. Get so wide. He's not trying to get any contact. He's trying to, you're speeding. You're trying to run away. Right? And then once you get this angle on him, watch him dip his shoulder a little bit, and he can stack him. Yeah, I don't remember what the step Diggs clip was, but the key on speed release is getting to this lane one. Lane one is outside where he can't get hands on you. Outside where he can't get hands on you, and then I can stack him and go. Right? But that gather step is key. I'm trying to find this one gather step video for you guys real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up, and then we'll go from there. Nope. Anyway, if you guys know it, it's the one where I paired it up with the pitcher's mentality shit. I don't remember where it is. I'm going to stop looking for it now. All right, let's go to Jappa's triggers, who he says were perfect. Jappa, you didn't send me anything, bro. There's no attachments. Send me this shit again. I don't know what you're sending me, but there's no attachments. All right, we're going to go to Emmanuel's film. Emmanuel, I don't know if you're on, bro, but you can rewatch this shit. All right. Emmanuel's season starts soon. I think he's playing. I don't remember where he says he's playing. All right, so you guys already know what I'm going to say about this, right? There's no reason we got to drag our feet. It doesn't look cool to kick dirt up behind us. It just slows us down. All right, so first of all, Emmanuel, pick your feet up. Pick your feet up. All you're doing, to me, right? This is the most non-threatening position in the world. You standing straight up, dragging your feet. If I'm a DB, I'm not scared of that. You're standing straight up, dragging your feet. How about a low, powerful position with your chest over your toes, and you're running like you're trying to fucking kill me, not dragging your feet? This dragging your feet stuff, because Odell does it. Everyone fucking loves to do it. But most of the things Odell does are wrong. He's just Odell Beckham. But you see how much time Emmanuel's taking, to all these pressure steps? They're taking way longer than they should because he's dragging his feet. And flip your hands, catch the ball up front. Gotta get your arms going here, bro. Run, drop, 1, 2, 3. Like, so all this power that you're working on, Emmanuel, all this shit that we've been working on every day with this fucking false accelerate, it's not showing up right here. You're being real timid at the break. Real timid, a lot of choppy steps. Like, this is not what we practice. Now all of a sudden you're running routes on air with a quarterback and some people watching you, and your fundamentals are going to shit, which means that you just need more reps, right? You need more reps, more practice at it. Like, this is not it. I've seen you look way better than this. I've seen you look way fucking better than you do right now. Like, I've seen you fucking get out of this shit in 3 steps when nobody else is around you. This is not a false accelerate position. I've never taught you to get in this position with your elbows cocking back and all this weird fucking body language here. Like, I've never seen this from you. I've never taught this. Right? So you gotta get more reps, because now there's fucking all these people around and you're in front of a crowd and your mechanics are going to shit. We gotta be better there. Jappa, you still gotta send me your shit. Alright? Like, this is just a bunch of timid steps. I need violent, powerful fucking steps. I don't need to pull up the Richie James clip again for you to see that. I need powerful, violent steps. Again, right? You're not running. Like, you're just taking these, like, calculated baby steps. I need you to run. I need you to fucking run and sell that you're going vertical. You're standing. The first thing you're doing is stand straight up. You're straight up right here. First thing you're doing, you're straight up, right? We talk about playing low to lower. You're playing high to higher. Good low athletic stance. You're low there. Now you're standing straight up. I don't want that. Keep your pads low. That gives the illusion that you're going to run by me. When your pads are low, that threatens me. When your pads are low, I think that I feel threatened by the DB. But you're taking all these little baby steps and all these short calculated steps to your pads high. I'm sitting right on this and I'm fucking driving this if I'm the DB. This is starting to look more like you, but you're still just like, I don't know what you're doing with your arms, bro. This is not it. This is not what we've taught, though. You know what I'm saying? This is not what we've taught. That is not it's kind of like, I guess you're tight breaking now. Drop, 1, 2, 3. This is better. This is much better than the last one. It's just your arms. That's weird. I've never seen this from you. Arms match your feet, right? So your arms should be pumping. Let's again pull up let's pull it up, because it's always good to watch. All right, let's go to this fucking false accelerate right quick. All right, let's watch his arms. Let's watch everything right here. All right, first of all, right, that's the body position I'm talking about. That's it. Kneeing yourself in the chin. Do we ever get that here? Let's watch. You know what I'm saying? It's never there. Like, your arms are up and you see how your body's going one way. You're trying to get your head out before you finish your eyes. Like, look at your body language here. Right? Not quite as powerful. You're not really slamming your feet in the ground the way I want you to. And now watch Richie's body language. Powerful steps. Every step is powerful. His kneeing himself in the chin. Literally fucking knee myself in the chin and power out. Chest over my toes. See how his eyes aren't coming early? His eyes aren't coming until his third foot is pushing him out of it. Throw your body into it. Trust your feet and fucking go. Throw your body into it. Trust your feet and go. But you just need more reps of this shit for this to all continue to play out for you. All right, that's what I want to talk to you about is his arms. Watch Richie's arms. Watch how they're pumping. They're matching his feet. Slam, 1, 1. He's slamming them down, right? See how he's slamming his arms down? Because he's matching his feet, right? He needs his feet to stop himself, so he's slamming his arms to stop himself, right? You're not doing that. Your arms are raising up all of a sudden. That's not good. That's not matching your feet. Your upper body is raising up while your lower body is trying to sink. Like, it's not in sync there. All right, so we got to be better with that. This is better. You're still a little high. Really attack this shit. You're taking a few too many choppy steps. Drop, 1, 2, 3. It's not bad. Keep coming downhill. You're kind of just like hopping into it, man. You're not digging your feet into the ground. You're going back to old habits where you're taking all these fast, choppy steps. Like, really slam your feet into the ground. Powerful steps, get in and out. Powerful steps, get in and out. This is probably your best route yet. I can already tell, because you're opening your stride. Open your stride and run. Use your speed. Threaten the DB. Get running. Get running. Get running. Get running. Stop dragging your feet. All right? Worry less about dragging your feet and really fucking run and really get going. All right. All right, we got one more person's film to watch, and then we can go from there. We'll watch some coverage. It'll probably be a quicker bean talk. Jap, did you ever send me? Oh, here we go. All right. This is not bad. Like, mechanically speaking, it's pretty good. You got to turn your hips a little bit more, but you're just not, again, you're kind of like, you're timid into it. I need you to be more aggressive coming into this thing. Like, I need you to really throw your body into this shit and really fucking trust it. And you got the training wheels on right now. I know you're jogging it, you're trying to figure it out. But, like, get the cones out of there. Don't move away from this tree so you don't fucking hit it. And just, like, run and force yourself to fall over. The only way you're going to take the next step, Jappa, is if you do this shit full speed. The only way you'll take the next step is if you get rid of this tree and you go somewhere where you literally are comfortable falling over your face. Right? Like, it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. But not at half speed. I don't really know what it looks like because no one ever runs a comeback, a curl half speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that you're thinking too much about it and you just need to play football. You were first team All Brazil before you ever met me. So just go be first team All Brazil and just use this shit to fucking, like, enhance what you're doing, not turn you into a robot. Like, go run your curl full speed. You're not getting much out of jogging through a curl route right now. Go run your curl full speed. If you take an extra step, you take an extra step. If you keep fucking working at it and keep focusing on the fundamentals, eventually you'll stop taking an extra step. Right? You need to be spending more time on, like, decreasing your break time and getting in and out of this faster than worrying about really, like, perfecting every step. Does that make sense? Like, it's less about, you know, perfecting every step, more about, like, are you getting in and out of this fast? Again, right? Jarvis Landry's better than all of us, and he takes 4 steps to get out of a curl and come back every time. So, like, me telling you to get at, like, 3 steps is not the key. Getting in and out fast is the key. If that means that you have to, like, this one looks good, but it's just the way we're practicing it, the way you're going about it needs to be different. Okay, like, really fucking run. Just really run. Does that make sense, my guy? My guy. All right, you guys want to watch some coverage? And then I'm a little tired. Probably because let's watch some coverage. All right, so here's one. I've labeled this as Sanu coverage TD. So I don't even know what this is going to be, but we can just talk about it. So this is cool, right? So we can talk about how the people play bunch. They must know. This is wild. But, like, I've actually never really seen anyone play the bunch this way. But so they're essentially they're cubing the bunch, right? I don't know what they're doing actually. Actually, I can't even explain this because I've never seen this before. I think they're fucked up. But so anyway, Mo knows off something, right? He's coming inside here. So he knows right now that... Actually, I'm going to leave this because I don't want to confuse you guys. Let me leave this as is. You guys seen this one before? Actually, let me leave that one too. What else we got? I guess I'll just go to the tried and true coverage triangle little thing and we'll watch from there. I'm going to put this somewhere in the middle so it's not all the same teams. We can watch some Penn State. All right, empty again. Too high. Empty again. Too high, right? They make this check. So if you know, here's like kind of knowing how to do your job, right? If you know based on film what the coverage is, and you know, and like based on your film study, and you know based on your coverage indicators what the coverage is going to be, right? And I know it's kind of in the same conversation. I got to find some more variations. I've done a good job finding coverage film for us. Okay, but we know this is cover 2 right here, right? Everyone see the coverage 2 triangle at this point, right? Heavy inside leverage linebacker, high and wide safety, low outside leverage corner. So if we know it's cover 2 and I'm blocking this corner, what should I expect? I should expect him to be physical as fuck. Right? I shouldn't be surprised when he comes up and jams my fucking ass and tries to make the play. What is his job? What is the corner's job in cover 2 in the run game? Does anybody know? The corner's job in cover 2 in the run game is to be what they call a force player. His job is to force everything back inside. He's got help here. He's got help here. If the ball gets outside of him, it's a touchdown. So as the corner in the run game, you always want to play on the outside half and force everything back in. Right? So if I'm a receiver, I know this, and I'm expecting to be aggressive. I'm also expecting to see how he's taking the outside away. That's him doing his job, playing the force. But then fine, just take him where he wants to go and expand that hole. Like you don't have to kick, you don't have to force him to. Like it's way easier for you just to use the momentum against him than to try to pin him and get outside of him. Fine, you know he's going to play the outside. You know he's the force player, so we're set up. Look how set up he is with a good base, ready to take him on because he knows the coverage. And now I can just widen this gap, and there's a huge hole for us to run through. Because I just did his job for him. Yeah, you forced it back, but you're doing this on the fucking bench. You're doing it a yard from the sideline. So I got all this room now to run up on the safety. And frankly, if our fucking back doesn't miss this fucking thing and takes it in and then goes back out like a real fucking human being would, we score a touchdown against fucking Penn State in front of 110,000 people. And we're up 7-0. Take it back out. Inside and then back out, and it's a touchdown. But instead we're running into fucking tackles like assholes. But again, watching his job, his responsibility, right? When you know the coverage. There's only so many coverages guys can play. I think you guys are looking for like some secret magical answers to what coverages are. Like there's only so many. There's cover 2, there's cover 4, there's cover 1, there's cover 3. Like there's only so many. This is cover 6 or cover 8, depending on how you define it, because it's quarter, half. All right, but watch these coverage triangles play out. You can watch them, like again, right? We talk about this. This is a disciplined football team. So disciplined football teams get to exactly where they're supposed to align. Watch their coverage triangles play out. You can see them move. You can see them make their checks, right? I think that here, like they might be playing some sort of trap 2 to the field. Like this guy's real far inside, or he's going to play man to man out here. Like he's certainly not a flat player. Now they go to empty. Now they go, all right, check. Now where do they get to? They get to their cover 4 triangle. Head up to outside leverage because he's got to get outside to the flat. Now he gets inside splitting 2 and 3. Like that's your cover 4 triangle right there. And you can see them kind of make their adjustments to get to where they need to get to. Let's see what's next. As the receiver getting the ball on the screen, can I take the ball in? No, you should inside and back out is a great you should definitely go inside and back out. So I always say inside the kick out block and then back out. Right? So I catch it, inside the kick out block, right? But now you realize, right? Who's the only guy that can tackle you right here? Is this guy. He's the only guy that can tackle you. So weave it inside and help him set this block. If I just keep running outside and go here, he's definitely going to make the play. But if I weave it inside and set it up and then stick it back out, I'm going to score a touchdown. We're just not fucking good enough. We're just fucking got a bunch of fucking idiots. This kid's a fucking senior too. How about have a fucking head on your shoulders and take it inside and back out? That's the crease. Set this block up and then go back out. Guess what, Joseph? Whatever the fuck your coach says, he's not running the fucking screen. If you score a touchdown, he's never going to tell you what to do again. All right? Like, I get it. You got to appease your coach because you want to play. You don't want him to yell at you. But, like, just use common sense. Guess what? I want to score, coach, because I want to win football games. How did I score? I can go inside and set my block up and then go back outside and I can score instead of running into a fucking ass whooping. But definitely stay outside when in doubt. But inside, back out to set those blocks up is good. Empty again. All right, again, just another example to see them kind of make their adjustments, okay? Empty. Now we go empty to the field. Here we go. Here we go making their adjustments. See how they get to the cover 4 triangle? Backer is head up to outside. Safety moves inside to split 2 and 3. Like, a lot of these indicators are going to be the same. Really, we probably threw the ball in the wrong place. Right? We should probably be reading this flat defender. As soon as he sits, like we're kind of holding this. I mean, he's thrown it already, I guess. But it's like if he doesn't fly out, like we have this guy outflanked. I think I'd throw the ball right here. I'm reading this flat defender. Is he doing his job? No. Like you just gotta ask yourself, what are their jobs, right? His job is to take away number 1. His job is to defend the flat. His job is to play inside out of number 3 and squeeze him to the safety. Guess who's not doing their job? This fucking guy. If we throw it out here, this guy's the fastest guy on the field. He had 7 punt returns this year in the CFL. Punt return for touchdowns. Or kick return for touchdowns. Right? So is he doing his job? Like, no, he's really not. So like if I throw this out there right now and throw it out here, like we're up the sideline. We make simple things fucking complicated because we predetermine shit. All right? If I'm the tight end here, what would I do? Who's the only guy that can cover me? If I'm the tight end running a stick route, who's the only guy that can cover me? It's not this guy. You're going to beat this guy every time. Fuck this guy. He's inside. You already have leverage on him. The only guy that can cover you is this guy if he sits on you. So what would I do? If I'm him, I would straighten this shit up a lot more. Right? I would take this little outside release. I'd get vertical right here. I'd get vertical, lean into this guy. He now has to defend. This guy is a wall player. So if you push vertical more, he's not going to keep working out to you. He's going to push back because he's got to defend the middle of the field. And then now you create an even bigger window here to throw the ball into. That's how you adjust your route to the coverages because you know what their responsibility is. Okay, the guy inside me is a wall player, so if I stem right at him, he's going to defend me and wall me and stay inside. All right, this guy's a flat defender, but he might have eyes on me. So let me give myself more room to work this window, and I'm not running myself again into a fucking broken rib. A lot of these Big Ten teams are too high teams. Here we go. This is tough. It's a condensed formation. But you just know based on, like, the safety's alignment, right? Like, anytime you see safeties at 2 different levels in too high, like this, you're thinking, like, all right, something funky might be coming. Okay, then you're starting to think, like, you got this, this was a blitz of theirs that you knew of from film study. But you got this guy on the ball was an indicator that he might be coming. And just like run fits, there's an open gap right here. So, like, just run fit-wise on the second level, like, there's kind of an open gap right here. So you kind of, when you see that pre-snap, you're kind of thinking, like, oh, maybe someone's going to roll down to replace it. Sure enough, there he comes. And now he's your new flat defender. All right, as the quarterback, so as the receiver, right, you're running the speed out to the boundary. No, Joseph, the tight end ran the right route. He just could have, like, added some more flavor to it is all I'm saying. He ran the right route. He ran a stick route. He just could have stemmed it better. Anyway, right? So if I'm this boundary receiver, this is my guy Carlton Agudosi who plays in the XFL now, the tall dude I coach. If I'm this boundary receiver, as soon as if I know I'm running a speed out, right? I get speed outs on both sides. What are we taught as quarterbacks? To throw away from rotation. So the minute I see this, I know I'm getting the ball. Does that make sense? As soon as I see these safeties start to do this, I know I'm getting the ball. Right? So that's just how you run your route with a plan. You're thinking, you're already lining up like, oh shit, this is looking pretty good for me. Like, loose coverage, this flat defender's pretty far inside. He's not really a factor. Like, I think it's looking good. Now you know, like, oh, I got a one-on-one matchup. So now you know all I got to do is make this guy believe I'm running vertical for a second and the quarterback's going to throw me the ball in time. Boom, I'm out. It's stealing. And he doesn't even run a good route. He runs a fucking shitty route, actually. Open your stride. See, this guy's 6'7", right? See how he's taking these baby steps? So why would the corner think you're running vertical? He's going to drive on this shit. If you take big steps and fucking run, then you'll sell you're running vertical. This is not a great route. The corner never gets into a tempoed pedal at all. He's controlled, boom, drive. That's playing corner 101. I want to score touchdowns on quick game. I'm not okay with just getting fucking 8 yards and falling out of bounds. If we do this right, we can have enough separation to score fucking touchdowns on quick game. You got loose coverage, outside leverage. Take a power step at him, stare him through his eyes, open your stride, and snap this shit off. Like, fucking sell that you're running vertical, not these baby shitty steps. You have no idea how much better Carlton's gotten. He was fucking so bad in college compared to how he is now. He's about to fucking make an NFL team, and it's unbelievable how far he's come. But everyone see this? These short, tiny steps, like, again, you just ask yourself, if you thought this guy was coming down to trap you or something that's too high, maybe you can that's a good excuse for taking these short, choppy steps. But you know it's loose coverage rotating away from you. You know you're getting the ball. If it's loose coverage rolling away from you, what is it? It's cover 3, right? What's his job? To defend the deep third. So if you run off the ball with full strides, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to fucking defend it full speed and defend his deep third. Make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I wonder if you can see a young Coach Liebs over here. Actually, I was in the booth this game. Never mind. I was in the booth. So everyone see this? Everyone understand why we know this has. So let me explain this to you. Let's understand why we know this defense has to roll, okay? Or why we think this defense has to roll. Pass and run game. If he doesn't roll down, he doesn't come, right? This guy is an outside linebacker. He's just on the line of scrimmage, okay? His job in the run game is to be a D-gap player, meaning to defend this D-gap, force everything back inside, okay? But his job would also be to be a flat defender out here. It's kind of hard to do both, right? So they send him as the D-gap run fitter and a pass rusher, but then you kind of roll down your flat defender, right? Because it's hard to ask a guy to do both, because in a perfect world, you would like to be able to defend the run game and have everybody there for the pass game. Like if you see in a perfect world, this guy can get underneath this out by number one, or at least he's free enough to where he doesn't have this immediate D-gap run threat. All right, but you just kind of you figure out, when you know defenses, are all their gaps covered, and then how do they defend the pass? He can't defend the run and the pass at the same time, so someone's going to come to kind of make his job easier. Those are the things you start to ask yourself. So, all right, we're just going to send him as the run fit. Well, now here's my flat defender coming behind me. This guy can't play a flat defender from a too-high look. And then if they do play, let's say it did stay in quarters and play too high, he ends up being the flat defender, and he ends up being the D-gap run fit, the quarter safety. He ends up being more of the pitch player out here. Hopefully that makes sense. It's hard. I feel like I'm talking to a wall sometimes. I know you guys are just watching and we can't interact. I'm going to go for another 5 minutes and we're out. All right, we motion out. We motion this tight end out. Okay, watch them adjust. Right? They stay in too high. If I'm the quarterback, where's my flat defender to the boundary here, right? Again, this just shows you that it's not always, not every cover 4 looks like cover 4. This is quarters to the boundary here. Loose coverage. Okay, it's quarters. Your flat defender's all the way in here because of run scheme and shit like that. You just got to know team by team. All right, Joseph, what are you asking here? How many steps can we take towards threatening the defender before angling the route out? It depends how deep the route is. So you're talking about that speed out? It was a 6-yard speed out, so it's taught very specifically. It's not a guessing game. So a speed out is your second inside speed cut. So you take 4 steps. Here's your inside step, so it's 1 speed cut. It's defined for you by your coach. If it was a 12-yard speed out, you go 3 inside steps, right? So it'd be 1, 2, 3. It's not a guessing game of how many steps you take towards threatening the defender. It's defined for you very clearly. I got to make the steps versus depth thing for you guys. I'm sorry. I got to make it this week. The coronavirus week is the week. Let me make the steps versus depth thing. It's going to make a lot more sense for you. It's going to be a big project for me, and now's the time where I can kind of shut everything off and do this. I'm making an Amari Cooper wide receiver film room tonight and tomorrow, and then I'll do the steps versus depth, and we'll get right from that. But no, these speed outs, it's not like a guessing game. Hey, how many? We're telling it's based on timing. Loose coverage routes are based on timing. So I know that my second inside step hits. If it's loose coverage, the ball's out. It's not about threatening the defender, getting on his toes. His responsibility is to play deep. So we trust he's going to play deep. But it's in those 3 steps. If I'm only giving you 3 steps to push vertical, Joseph, then you need to sell vertical with your body language in those 3 steps. Your pad's got to be low. Your stride's got to be open. Your eyes got to be up. Sell vertical, maximize those steps, and you can speed it out, and you'll have room. All right, that makes sense to you guys. I don't know who's still watching, but any other questions? I'll stay on for another 2 minutes if you guys got questions. All right. That's all I got, fellas. Be good. DM me your questions. I'm gonna hit some of this content for you, and we'll talk soon. Peace.